I'm Volker. Today we like to show you how to use a hacksaw, and we have here Vusi.
Hi, I'm Vusi. I am working on the farm as a maintenance, repair and installation worker and do general work, gardening work.
Yes, and when have you last used a hacksaw?
Last week, I have installed 300 meter Ethernet cable for security, cut the conduit with a hacksaw.
Okay. Okay, Vusi, I see sometimes you are battling a little bit when you cut with a hacksaw, metal particularly, and I see this hacksaw is, for instance, completely blunt, and I don't know, perhaps we need to look in detail how to use a hacksaw proper. As I also brought you here certain different types of blades now, so let us see how we differentiate the three blades, which are three different types of blades which we are having here. Here we are. You see the teeth, in which direction they are pointing. You see an arrow, you see a number. As well, you know that the blade is about 300 millimeter. And you see on the blades they have always some numbering. And the numbers of the blades shows the number of teeth per inch. An inch is 5.4 millimeter. So you can see then the numbering on there. So why does a hacksaw have now different blades? That is so complicated that we need to change all the time the blades. What do you think why it is?
I believe it's for cutting different materials and shape like a tin pipe.
That's a good idea, yeah. So we have a rough rule for this. We have an 18 here. So the 18 has big teeth, as you can see. So this is for softer material, solid material. I can't cut a pipe with this. Even a conduit, plastic pipe which you want to cut, it's not so good to cut with this because you get stuck. Huh? So that's one of the things. And you take solid material like aluminium, which has big chips coming out. So they need to go somewhere. And then we have a 24. So the 24, as we can see here, has a bit narrow the teeth. So this one we use normally for normal mild steel, all the steel which you utilize all the time. Also we cut here quite often copper, we're cutting here aluminium in a solid form. So solid means like a profile like this, you cut this way or that way and so on. So that is good at 24. But you have also realized that some of the steel which we have is not mild steel. It's harder, huh?
Yes.
So the harder ones need to be cut definitely with much more teeth. And that's why we use this 32.
Mm.
So with the 32 we use it for really good hard metal material, alloys on material which we have. But as well what you said, thin material, that leaves a thin pipe, a thin squared pipe and so on.
Yes.
Yeah. So you understand?
Yes.
So that's why we have the three different numbers on the blades and use it also differently. Explain some more rules. When you look at the blade itself, the teeth pointing in one direction only. It's different, for instance, of a wood saw. So the blade of a wood saw doesn't point in any direction. Do you guess what kind of reason is behind that? What is the reason?
I guess the teeth pointing forward.
Yes. What is the correct way then to put this blade into a hacksaw frame?
I press the hacksaw always in the stroke direction and it only cuts in this direction.
Yes. Okay, Vusi. Now let's see. We have a task.
Yes.
We have a square tube here, which is 30 by 30 by 1.5 millimeter thickness.
Yes.
As you can see, it's quite thin.
Yes.
So for this we need to decide now which type of blade we are using. What is your proposal?
We can use the 32.
Okay, let's use the 32.
Yeah.
and we will see how it works. Here's the 32.
Yes.
It has the arrow in this direction, which is very simple now for us. If we turn our blade
Exactly.
against the forward stroke, there are pins, and we fix it on the pins here.
Yes. Yes.
They're snuggled in nicely here, and it has a wing nut, and based on this we tighten now
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yes.
So don't tighten it too much, but it needs to be tightened. If it's not tightened, the blade will break. If you tighten too much,
It will break.
it will break as well.
Yes.
That's exactly the point. So that means we need to find the right tension, which is here now okay. It's a 32 blade. We will see how it works later on.
Yes.
It's working. Now, sometimes you don't have such a nice hacksaw. Sometimes you have a very simple one, which costs about 50 rand.
Yes.
Now this hacksaw has also 2 pins, as you can see.
Yes, I see it.
But unfortunately it came with a blade without
No arrow.
any arrow. Which direction I need to go?
The direction is where the teeth goes forward.
Yeah, forward, exactly.
Yes.
It's this one. It has also pins, similar to the other one. And it has also a wing nut, which is not as nice as the other one, but it works.
Oh yes.
So we put the frame on tension, and we put
Not too much.
the blade as well on tension.
Yes.
And don't put it too much, but you need to see if it's on tension
Yeah.
that we can cut with us.
Yes. Yes.
That's it. Okay, Lucy, your task in the moment is you need to cut off this 30 by 30 by 1.5 millimeter square tube, as we said so.
Yes.
It has been marked. We know where we have to cut.
Yes. Yes.
And the question is now the clamping. So you clamp it in the vise.
Yes.
Always with the cut is as close as possible to the vise.
Yes.
What is the reason behind?
Because we don't want it will shake.
Yes. So it will shake, it will vibrate,
Yeah.
and the blade can break.
Yes. Exactly.
That's a bad thing. Secondly, look at this here. It's sharp. You need to deburr it. You take a file and file from outside as well as from inside. That we don't have any chips or anything which damages your fingers, your hands.
Yes. Yeah.
Some people still working with their hands, others using
Hand
gloves. I prefer not to wear always gloves.
Yes.
And then the next step would be we take the cut.
Cut.
But when the material is hard and I
Yes.
can't get in, there's a little trick what we can use for the first cut. If it's not getting in,
Yes.
use again the file
Yes.
and then make a little groove exactly
Where
where you have to cut. This gives you the first cut immediately where you have to start.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we stroke long strokes.
Yes.
In a speed of perhaps
Yeah.
2 strokes per second or 60 strokes per minute.
Yes. Yes.
As you can see, when you go further, you can change also direction of your cut. Don't go too fast and vigorous. That damaged only the blade.
Okay.
So watch out when you're at the end.
Yes. Yes.
So the cut is done,
Yeah.
and we have a nice straight cut. Okay, Uzi, it's now your turn. I showed you how it works.
Yes.
Now you can demonstrate to us what you have learned and if you understood what you have seen. So, but you need to explain to us, please, step by step what you are doing. So that means explain the step, do the step.
Yes.
Then we know it goes in you. You learn it and you will never change it anymore. And you will do all these steps step by step automatically after a while.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Then
yes.
start.
Then first I check if the right blade is selected. I take the blade and put it on.
Which blade do you use?
It's 32.
Okay. What's the next step?
And the next step, I check if the teeth is fixed in the right forward direction.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I see it's okay. And after that, then I tension the blade. But thing, not too much, not too loose. Enough. And then I clamp the material that with the cut close to the vise. And then I scratch a first stroke to get a groove. And then I cut with a speed of more than a double stroke per second.
Okay, I mean, at the end you were a bit too fast, but hope the blade was not damaged because it get blunt from this. If you your forward stroke speed is too fast.
Yes, yes.
Are you happy with what you did there?
Yeah, because I'm thinking I did a good job.
Great stuff. Okay, Wusi, you did a very good job. And I see at least you can cut a nice pipe. But remember, one pipe cutting doesn't mean you can cut everything. So you need to cut
Yes.
to get 100% used to the different material. Needs to be paid a bit more attention to it. Don't damage the blade. But you know how to use the blade, what kind of blade.
Yes.
So this is okay. Great. So the question is now, but why are you wearing goggles during the hacksaw cutting?
It's because chips can fly in my eyes and the blade will break.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can break.
And I saw this hacksaw you used last time. Number one, it's quite blunt. And number two, it doesn't have a handle anymore.
Yes.
So why we should not use
Because
blunt and damaged hacksaws?
it's because damaged hacksaw is not okay in your hand because it can slip and can cause injuries.
That's for sure. And then the last one on the clamping. Look at
Oh.
this. When I clamp this and I want to cut here or here, if I cut here, should I cut here? Is it right to cut
no,
there?
No, because if you cut here, the material it will vibrate and it's dangerous. The plate is easy to break. It can break.
That's it.
Yes.
You know what we have forgotten all the time? Now you finished it with your blade, but we need to do something on this as well. When it's finished,
Yes.
this is still under tension.
Yes.
Is it good when I store it under tension?
No. I can say it's not good.
Yeah, that's the reason one of it, because it's losing this tension after a while.
Yes.
So we need always to release
Yes,
it a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
and unturn it and
Store
then
it.
store it again where it's supposed to be stored.
Exactly.
Okay, and then finally, you have done all your jobs. Can we go home now?
Yes. No, it's okay.
But it's all dirty.
Yeah. Before we leave, I can clean now because it's so important to do that.
That's it. Thank you.